Oh man, check this out. We got some momentum building on this reparations tip. Check this out.
This has support from a majority of council and at least one activist you spoke to tonight.
Well, Chris, Councilmember Kenyon McDuffie is spearheading this effort, but 10 of 13 council members co-introduced this legislation. Now, McDuffie says the legislation seeks to acknowledge and address centuries of government-sanctioned policies and private practices that exploited black people. More than 150 years after slavery was abolished, the conversation around reparations hasn't gone away.
We needed to act on it before, but...
Now you see how they frame that, right? The conversation over 150 years hasn't gone away. No, it hasn't. It's back and in full effect. We're keeping this thing alive. Let's go.
Since we haven't, we need to act on it now.
D.C. Councilmember Kenyon McDuffie is reintroducing a bill to create a Reparations Foundation fund and task.
Hey, shout out Kenyon McDuffie, D.C. Representative Kenyon McDuffie. Salute to bro. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm talking about. 10 out of 13 representatives supporting the bill. Let's go. And I'm saying this as a D.C. resident. I'm from Atlanta, but I grew up in D.C. We're not letting this thing go. Mind you, Tariq Nasheed just last year had the rally for reparations. I was there supporting. Yes, sir, I was. Salute to Tariq for keeping this thing alive. Hey man, momentum is building. It started out in California, started in the grassroots, and we keeping the name alive. We keeping our foot on their necks. We're not letting this reparations thing go.
It would establish a 9-member task force to study and develop reparations proposals for African Americans in D.C. Nike Savane with the D.C. Justice Lab says it's needed.
And part of what they're being asked to do is to study all the different ways in which the district can make efforts to repair harm in different areas of life.
Second, the bill would require...
All right, now we can't get too excited. When they start talking about I want to study, that's not exactly what I want to hear. But hey, you got to start somewhere. It started off with a study in California, and then they came up with a number. 220,000 is the proposal out there in California. So yeah, I'm not too excited about them studying stuff because that could be a stalling tactic. But hey, it's a step in the right direction.
The commissioner of the Department of Insurance, Securities, and Banking to establish a slavery-era database of slaveholding records.
So much of what happened to Black people and families over hundreds of years was this lack of sort of being able to track your history and your family being able to know that. So having that documented is going to be very important.
And third, the act would establish a fund to be used for the payment of reparations.
One of the biggest...
Now, I don't like how they try to frame it as though, it's hard to track these people and we don't really know where we come from. All right, listen. The cause for reparations, all you have to do is say if you were here before, let's say 1900s, then you qualify. It doesn't have to be that complicated. They love throwing that, you don't really know where you come from. It's kind of like a backhanded, it's not a compliment, it's kind of like a diss on the low. Like the way that they frame that, all they need to say is we need to determine who needs to qualify. But the way this little clip, the way the news is reporting this, I don't really like some of the way that they're framing it. Now, I like what's happening. I like the legislation. That's the important thing. Keep your eye on the prize. I like the legislation that's being pushed forward. But the way this is being reported in the mainstream media, you gotta watch some of the phrases that they give.
Sort of data points that we see in the district is the vast disparity in wealth. White families have about 81 times more wealth than Black families in the district.
According to McDuffie, that's a net worth of $284,000 versus just $3,500.
We're looking forward to a public hearing on this. We're looking forward to DC residents being able to have a say in this process, to have a say in the outcome.
Hey man, I like what I'm hearing. It's a step in the right direction. If you're paying attention, if you're following this reparations movement, don't lose hope. This is the most momentum we've ever had on this topic, ever, to be honest with you. This is the most momentum. This is the most I've ever heard reparations being in the public conversation. We have presidential debates, presidential candidates talking about reparations. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to make a video on that too. Salute to Marianne Williamson. She's running for president. She ran for president on the main stage debate, talking about, oh yeah, I'm pushing for reparations. This is a white woman. So I think even the Democrats, I'm not a supporter of the Democrats per se, but even some politicians, let's put it like this, even some politicians on the main stage, presidential candidates, are talking about reparations. We are a force that cannot be ignored. Hey, that's what I think. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Peace.